Teacher Lem's Classy Art Class. Today, we're learning Photoshop layers. Step 1. Open Photoshop. Look for the PS icon on your desktop. Click it to open the program and wait for it to upload. This working space will appear once it's fully loaded. Step 2. Go to File, look for New, and click it. Choose A4, which is the size of a regular paper. Go to Orientation and change it from Portrait to Landscape. Then click Create. An A4 proportioned working space will appear. It's also helpful to remember that if you want to zoom out, press Ctrl and the minus sign. Zoom in, press Ctrl and the plus sign. Since we're using a Mac, we'll use Command minus to zoom out and Command plus to zoom in. Step 3. Go to the Paint Bucket tool. Cross the A4 working space and go to the Swatches panel. Pick cyan or dark blue by clicking on it. Step 5. Drag the paint bucket at the center of the A4 and click. It will change color. How awesome is that? Notice the change on the Layers panel at the lower right corner. The first layer is now blue. This is now your background color. Step 6. Now we're going to create a new layer to add more details on the flag. Create a new layer at the lower right of the Layers panel. A new layer, or layer 1, will appear on top of the background layer, which means our next design will be on top of the blue background. Step 7. Go to the Shapes tool and look for the Rectangle tool and click on that icon. Step 8. Drag the cursor on the blue space to draw a vertical rectangle. To change the color of the rectangle to white, go to the Properties panel. Click the color swatch and choose white. This will change the color of the rectangle from blue to white. To move the shape right on the center of the A4 working space, go to the Move tool icon, click it, place it on the shape, and drag it to the center. Step 9. We're repeating the steps, starting with create a new layer for a horizontal rectangle. Go to Shapes tool, drag the icon to create a rectangle, go to Properties, change the color from blue to white, and use the Move tool to drag the shape to the center of the A4 working space. Step 10. Just use the same procedure for another vertical rectangle. Create a new layer, go to Shape tool, drag the cursor to create the shape, go to Properties, and change the color to white. Remember, do not proceed if the menu says Transform Path, since this activates the anchor points, making it unmovable once you save it. What I usually do is to click the rectangular marquee tool to deactivate the anchor points. Step 11. Make the shape thinner. Go to Edit, Transform, and then Scale. Then drag the anchor points to create the right size. Then click Enter on the keyboard, or Apply if you are prompted with a question like this. Now we need to change the angle of the shape. Step 12. Go back to Edit, then Transform, then Skew. Go below the shape and drag the anchor points to the right position, right at the lower left corner. Then click Enter on the keyboard once you're satisfied. Step 13. Repeat the procedure to create the same shapes on the opposite side. Create a new layer. Go to Shape tool, choose a rectangle, create the shape on the opposite side, go to Properties, choose the color white, and just click Cancel to any prompt that appears. To change the angle, Edit, Transform, and Skew. Go below the shape and drag the anchor points to the right position. Click Enter on the keyboard. Maybe you've noticed that our shapes are off-center. We can fix that by checking our Layers panel. Let's try clicking on Rectangle 2. Get our Move tool and move it on the right slot. Notice that if I hit the very center of the working space, a line appears. This means that I'm at the very center of the working space. I think everything looks better now. Step 14. It would be a good idea to change the names of the layers before proceeding. Add either vertical or horizontal. Rectangle 1 becomes vertical rectangle 1. Rectangle 2 becomes horizontal rectangle 2. Or diagonal, so you won't get confused later. Your work should have 4 layers of shape and 1 layer of background color if you'd follow the procedures correctly. Step 15. Just repeat all the steps from procedure number 6 or step number 6 to step number 14. This time, create red rectangles on top of the white rectangles. Create a new layer. Go to the Rectangle Shape tool. Drag the cursor on top of the white shape to create another rectangle. Go to Properties and change the color to red. And repeat again. Create a new layer. Go to Rectangle Shape tool. Drag the cursor on top of the white shape to create another rectangle. Go to Properties to change the color to red. And repeat again. Create a new layer. Go to Rectangle Shape tool. Drag the cursor on top of the white shape to create another rectangle. But this time, change the size using Edit, Transform and Scale to make it thinner than the white shape. Now go to Properties and change the color to red. Go to Edit, Transform, and Skew to change the angle of the shape. And repeat again. Create a new layer. Go to Rectangle Shape tool. Drag the cursor on top of the white shape to create another rectangle. Go to Properties and change the color to red. Now go to Edit, Transform and Skew to change the angle of the shape. There it is. I think we're almost done. If you follow the procedure correctly, you should have 8 layers of shapes and 1 layer of background. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment below, or better yet, subscribe for more awesome art lessons.